Okay, hi guys. I've gotten a lot of requests on Instagram for tutorials for After Effects, so this is just kind of gonna be a lot of the basic transitions I use. So yeah, let's just get into it. So you want to start with the two clips you want to use. So I have mine here, as you can see, and then you want to go to Effects Presets and put Motion Tile on each of them. You can use my settings, it's basically just the ones shown on the screen. I tried copying and pasting, but it didn't work, because it won't always be like that. And there are a lot of people who use adjustment layers, but I find mine easiest to use it like this. So yeah, you can use these settings. They work pretty well for me. And it didn't really do anything that you can see right now, but it will. So you also want to make sure that your motion blur is selected, because I think that's the most important part. So you're going to set a keyframe, and you can click R on your keyboard to get to the rotation shortcut. You want to set a keyframe for both at 0, and then on one clip set either -180 or +180, and then do it at the, kind of like this. You'll see at one end there's one, and then at the beginning of the next clip there's the other. And then you want to go to the graph. I personally use the speed graph, and you want to make it resemble like as shown on the screen, and you can adjust it. And then it's just rendering now. And one more time. There, that's just a basic smooth rotation. So now moving on to the zooms. These are probably the easiest and most used ones I find. It's basically the same thing as the rotation. You can press S for the shortcut on the keyboard. And usually I do 100 or 300 to 300 to zoom in, and 100 to 50 to zoom out, but my settings are kind of weird because I'm using screen caps. But most of the time it's 100 by 100 and 300. So this is a screen pump. I use this all the time. So you zoom in, but then instead of your other clip zooming out, it will zoom in. It will basically just do that. You won't go the opposite. It'll be like the rotation in terms of you'll use the same number. So you'll go negative, like positive 300, but you'll go positive 300 to 100 again. And then you just easily change that into a zoom in by changing the first keyframe. Instead of a pump, you'll do a zoom out. And then you can change it again to 300 and change your other one to 500. And it will easily become a zoom out. So once again, make sure your motion blur is selected, because I think that's the most important part. And yeah, it's probably really weird that this is an audio tutorial, but I suck at like typing, explaining things. So the only way I can explain things is verbally. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below and I'll be clearer on it. So yeah.